You get to Team Tonatrus's house on that street where all the bigger houses are, and you get up to the front door, and you see that there are balloons around the posts out in front of the house.
Are they
like there's
America flag?
Yeah,
colors?
they are. They totally are. And you get up to the front door, and you see that there is like an 8x11 like printout on printer paper picture taped up to the door. And it's a picture of Ivy wearing this big like Abraham Lincoln top hat with a sparkler in his mouth. And all four of his arms are pointing this way.
Oh my God.
Off in the direction of like the path that leads around to the backyard. And there's a speech bubble that's been photoshopped on this image. And the speech bubble says, business in the front, party around back.
Oh my God. I go through the front door though, because I have business, because I have birds for the kitchen.
Okay.
I can take the birds to the kitchen for you. Don't worry about it. And Baby grabs the birds from you and starts heading inside.
I look at Backtrack. I look at Riley, because I feel like I can. I give him that look. Of like, what was that? Why is everyone but me acting weird?
I mean, a lot of the time you're the least weird person in the room. That's pretty.
Which is a change of pace for me already.
Well, look, I mean, if you're nervous, if you think like something is up, then I'm with you. Let's just go around then, right? I mean, if you think that something is up, you'd be like expected to break the rules and like go through the front. So maybe, doing the expected thing is like a double bluff, You know what I mean?
Red.
What?
Are you hiding something from me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this what I think it is?
Do you think that it's fun and that I'm extremely charming and will face absolutely no consequences of these actions?
Yes.
Cool. Right this way.
And I follow him.
Jeremy will lean into Solar Flare and be like, "I'm not that weird. I'm a normal person, right? I'm not strange."
Solar Flare goes, "Yeah, just own it."
King.
And as Backtrack takes your hand and you walk around to the backyard, you step around, and as soon as you sort of crest the corner of the house and you can see what's going on, it is weirdly quiet. Like there's not like music blaring or anything, but when you get around to the backyard, you immediately see all of your friends, everyone, every Nova team member and other team member that you have interacted with or would consider a friend or a friendly acquaintance are all here. Sans Helix, yeah. But I don't know if you immediately would be like, scan the crowd, Helix isn't here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but as you get there, you see that there are tables set up. There's a barbecue that is already turned on and starting to like preliminary, make stuff happen. And you see everyone immediately turns and looks at you. And there's this moment where Ivy steps forward. Ivy, who is wearing a red, white, and blue apron and that same top hat that he was wearing in the picture.
Hot.
God bless.
As he and the rest of Team Tonatrus, except for Helix, and that's when you notice that Helix isn't there, they step aside, revealing a table behind them that is piled up with wrapped up boxes and presents. And you notice that all of the balloons tied around here, they're not all red, white, and blue. While he is decked out, a lot of them are green and a familiar shade of blue to you, to the closest that they could get. And all of them at once say, "Happy birthday, Hairomone!"
Surprise!
And the music immediately kicks in. And it's just this, it's like this just like classic sort of reggaeton beat that starts playing.
I hate all of you so much.
Ivy steps up and goes, "Well, too bad, man, because we love you."
What does Jeremy do? Jeremy, as much as he would love to like just talk up as many people as possible and socialize, he has a mission. So
Mhm.
I guess at any point of the party, you'll see Jeremy like off in a corner, like hunched over, like a protractor and a calculator and his notebook, and he's just like doing math things. At other points, you'll see him like kind of like jump and like kind of pull himself up to look over nearby yards to see what's clear. He's doing some scoundrel shit.
Mm.
He's just doing his little verminous shit in the corner at this party.
Okay, you definitely do that. And at this point, you have met like a fair number of these people in passing somewhat. People are interested in you. But primarily, what makes your life difficult in your attempts to do this thing on your own that requires concentration is that Monarch is
God.
just on your tail. She is constantly like,
Yeah.
so where did you come from? I mean, like, what? I mean, you just get sort of showed up, right? You like throw a dragon at the wall, and then like you're here, and then everybody's like, "Oh, he's here, right?" And then, I mean, people thought you were not. I mean, I'm never expected you to just like suddenly show up. I thought it was going to be like a whole manhunt kind of a situation, but there you are. And look at your little coat and such. Like,
He will definitely pause and just be like, first of all, what is Monarch wearing? This is critical information.
Critical information.
We're all
What is
about
Monarch
the
wearing?
fits.
So Monarch, I think, is going for that like like vaguely problematic 2000s like cowgirl movie sort of a situation, where she's got like a red plaid shirt that's like tied here with the gingham.
Gingham and plaid are two different things.
Oh, well, I don't know. It's like a button-up, like shirt situation that but it's tied here, with like a white shirt underneath.
Daisy Dukes.
Yeah, absolutely, with the Daisy Dukes, and she's got like some cowboy boots on, and her hair is like spilling out of like a bright white cowboy hat that she's wearing.
BB, you see how Fidus just keeps looking over at Monarch.
Anna Monarch Tana.
Yeah.
Sick reference.
Thank you.
Sick Hannah Montana reference.
Jeremy will definitely just say, I have a feeling that you can appreciate that it's important to have a strong impression when you make an entrance.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, if there's an opportunity to like push a double door open, right, and be like, "Hello, boys," right, like that is absolutely number one choice, right? I mean, that's what you do, right? And babes, you absolutely nailed it. Everybody's talking about your little dragon. I wish I could have seen it.
He will just close his notebook and just turn to her and be like, it has been so long since I have met someone who truly appreciates how to make an entrance and truly appreciates fashion as you do.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I first met, your new team, congratulations, by the way, right? When I met them, I mean, I was like disguised as a sort of a psychic robot kind of a thing, right? And I was like throwing energy blasts at him. Well, I guess that's not when I met, but it was like the first time we really interacted, right? So, I mean, if you talk about an impression, at least you didn't hurt nobody.
I gotta say, if I could have chosen Flaming Dragon and Robot Psychic Disguise, you're making a good case for the Psychic Disguise one. Gotta be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would have rather done it as me, but, there was a whole lesson thing. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure that I still understand it. It was a little weird. But, Prestige is going to do what Prestige is going to do. And, it all worked out in the end. They got the jelly beans and we all went home. So,
I gotta say,
No idea what she's talking about.
It makes perfect sense that you're on Prestige's team. Jelly beans. What?
Oh no, right? And she continues to like, this goes on for some time.
I think she does kind of have home base with both Jeremy and Teatro, and keeps kind of like when things are too much, just kind of goes back there and chills, then goes back out.
Makes
But
sense.
I think she does eventually make her way over to Troubleshooter.
Okay. Troubleshooter is wearing like ripped jeans and sneakers and a white shirt and her same hat that she always wears. And she, of course, has like a can of beer in her hand, that good old future sci-fi space beer.
That good future PBR.
You know, that good future beer. And she is fully just like, where would she be? What would she be
With
doing?
Echo.
I think, yeah, she would be. She would be hanging out with Echo. And I think this is the first time that you really see them together.
Yeah. I walk up to them, and I have a beer in my hand, but it's not opened, and she's not moving to open it. She's just holding it. And she's like, did you see, hey, do you see what Monarch's wearing? It's cool. You're dressed cool too.
Fuck.
Well,
Listen, we love awkward flirting.
I mean, this is a very interesting, kind of strange holiday for me. It's not really, I don't know. I never really understood the whole, like, firework part of it or really any of that. And I haven't been super privy to how exactly that manifests in a place like this. It's a little bit different back home because we got our own lens through which we view these kinds of things. So, but, you know, I never say no to a grilled meat and a beer, so here I am, so to speak. And she looks over at Monarch, who is just dancing. Dancing her vaguely drunk white girl heart out. And
Marco wasted.
Hey.
and she goes, yeah, Troubleshooter goes, "Yeah, well, I would complain about the lack of subtext, but hell, I don't mind the view."
Just a really long and awkward laugh. Hi, I'm BB. Are you Echo?
Question mark?
You're introducing yourself to Echo?
Have we met?
Yeah, Echo is
When?
one of your like friends. She's one of the three she's hanging out with Porter and Link.
Fuck. Oh God, Echo. We just haven't talked about Echo in so long.
We haven't talked about Echo in a long time. And yeah,
God, and they're like our core friends
Yeah.
too. I need to go hang out with Porter.
we
Porter's
haven't
the
seen.
homie.
To be fair, we haven't
Yeah.
seen them a lot this season because we focused so much on them last season. I'm trying to get some more new faces. But yeah, she is here.
Never
and-
mind. I say, hey, hey, Echo.
Hey. And you see she's just sort of watching this unfold. Like she
Thoroughly
knows.
amused.
Yeah, she is thoroughly amused by what's happening. And you know, she's got her sort of blonde and green ombre hair spilling out
She's
of
so
her
hot.
usual
I
beanie
forgot. Yeah.
with her like big tie-dye shirt with the collar all cut so that it hangs like this around her collarbone. Just full of bracelets. And she goes, You having fun?
Yeah. I mean, this is only the second party I've ever been to, and so far it's a really substantial improvement over the first, because nothing
totally.
is burning down yet.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Got you. Yes, sir.
Camera pans over to Jeremy doing trick
Yep.
calculations on the corner. Pans back. Yeah. So no, it's good, and you know, we have our new teammate, so it's fun to kind of get to introduce him to people. Yeah. How are you guys doing? How are you enjoying the party? How are your teams?
No, things are good. I mean, we'll probably get a chance to catch up a little bit soon, but and she gives you this very obvious look of like you see like do behind her eyes. You see evil in her eyes as she goes, I think Porter is dying out there. Maybe I'll just leave you two to it. And she deliberately walks over to the dance floor and just put thumbs in pockets and just sort
Uh, I don't know what she meant by to it, but how are you doing?
can't complain. I mean, things are getting a little interesting. I see the flies are gathering to the honey that is new blood in the mix, but I could care less, honestly.
So dramatic.
He seems fine.
Oh, Jeremy's really cool. Like I have been in a program with Jeremy before this. We didn't interact, but he just always seemed like pretty strong. And now that we're here, he's nice. He tries really hard to, I don't know. Seems like he just tries really hard to be here and to like fit in. I don't know. I respect him for that. He's diving in.
Cut to Jeremy crab walking with his notebook.
Well, if everybody wants to trust a new face in this climate, that's their prerogative. I ain't so quick to She opens a second beer, crushes the first one. I ain't so quick to well,
BB opens her beer and goes, "Oh yeah, I get that. I really get it. It's hard to trust new people, but maybe you can trust me, and I trust him, and you've known me for a little while now, so like there can be a kind of chain of trust."
So what's with your voice?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Mom, help, I'm scared.
I'm so lost in BB's awkwardness that I'm losing my train of thought. There was just a lot of stuff that happened, and I kind of associate that voice with being a hero. That's how a lot of the heroes that I grew up admiring spoke in all the movies I watched with my dad. So it's kind of like my hero voice, but I don't feel like a hero right now. So I'm just kind of using my normal BB voice. Yeah.
And you see that she does like actually crack a smile.
You gonna like razz me about that or something?
Nah, it's a shame. I was starting to get used to it.
Oh well, it'll come back. Like eventually, probably. Maybe like if we hung out more, maybe I'd just start like picking up your accent.
Gay!
I think you're going to want to be careful what kind of things you pick up from me. Might be your idea and my idea of what a hero is, or, well, we'll have to find out if those are two very different things.
I don't know if my heroes drink beer.
Well, then you definitely have some more training to do. But in the meantime...
Do you want to ever train together or something?
Well, I understand we're scheduled to at some point.
But I mean, we have our own personal schedules as well as class schedules, and if you ever want to train or hang out or talk more, I'm around. And we're moving on to the street now that Jeremy's with us, so we're going to be on the row of mansions. So just swing by. I'll keep a beer in the fridge. And if you ever want it, it'll be there.
Tell you what, you want to get to know me, we ain't doing it in, academic forums. Nah, that ain't the kind of moonlight that I do my best work under. If you want me to teach you something, then well, keep a lookout. I'll come find you and we'll bark at the real moon. See what kind of hero you really are.
That's very exciting, but also, yeah, no, it's just very exciting.
You city folks, so uptight. Try to have a little fun. You're not getting graded on once in a while.
Okay. And she'll just kind of like, she'll slam back the beer. And then crush it in her hand. And maybe she actually kind of like throws it up and shoots it with an sonic blast, so it just kind of flies away into the night.
Amazing.
I'm probably not going to do that again, but maybe it's time to try other drinks. Do you have any recommendations? And maybe we make our way over to the drink table, and I kind of like.
Let's get you a nice pop. All right. And she's very what's the word I'm looking for? Condescendingly pats you on the back as you go over to the drink table. But this is the most sort of loose you've seen her interact with you for sure.
He will stand up, and then all of a sudden, from like the yards, like next to like the house, and then one more like behind the house, behind the fence, he will say, "I'd like to welcome you all to my fireworks display." And he'll lift his arms up, and like 3 massive, bright, like firework shapes, like it's got that cartoony firework shapes, will rocket up into the sky, and then they'll like coil together in 3, and then they'll just keep flying and flying. And he'll say, "To the celebration under familiar stars." And when he does that, they'll split off, and then they'll explode into this massive sparkler display that fills up the entire sky. And as you and they'll like all fall and kind of start to dim out, and just as soon as you like think that that's it, it's just one big explosion, all of a sudden they'll just kind of stop, and then they'll slightly get brighter into this soft glow. And I think only those that have like really spent their time like looking at the stars will realize kind of what it's supposed to mimic. But then as they glow, you see that small, or not small, but orange lines will connect them, and then you'll see the outlines of 3 constellations. And Hairomone, if you want to describe which ones what we're looking at, kind of like the whole.
I think we see, Orion, because he fucks. He's one of the best constellations, in my opinion.
From like Paragon.
Oh, from Paragon. I thought you were making constellations from Earth.
No, that's why this is the celebration under familiar stars.
Okay, so I think the one that I pointed out to the gang last volume that sort of represents like protection. I think there's definitely that one. I think there's one that looks almost like Cygnus but isn't, and I think that one sort of represents like the beauty of there's no like one word, but like the beauty of when things fall into line, that feeling when things fall into line and go smoothly, almost the beauty of efficiency. I think that's when that represents, at least for me. And then I think there's one that looks sort of like a star, a drawing of a star, but like there's one leg that's really long. And I think that one sort of, at least for me and my people, signifies sort of like the importance of everyone's individual, like, unique qualities.
And once you see like the like rough shapes of like the constellations, it'll suddenly appear, and like a more detailed outline will appear around them. And it's kind of like, if you've ever seen like ancient Greek pottery, that kind of art style. And they'll start to move, and like the one that like represents like efficiency will kind of like stack itself and like be nice and straight, and then the protection will be like a shield or something. And once they've kind of like moved for a bit, they'll kind of burst, and then softly a bunch of flowers, Hairmone's favorite flower, will fall and kind of like descend and kind of hover off the ground and off the trees, hover on top of, if they have a pool, like the pool area, and just kind of light up the yard, because he made sure that all the lights were off. And that's kind of the whole lighting that we're dealing with. And Jeremy will say, happy birthday, Hairomone. Thanks for welcoming me right away. And you can blame Samurai Jack over there for helping me out with this, and he'll point at Backtrack.